Hey guys, welcome to the Daily Buzz. I'm Derek Ziegler here with Reggie Cheriscat.
And we got a lot for you. We got entertainment and what's going on in social networks. But first, let's listen to the beautiful Lauren Petrelli with our top 5 news.
Thanks, guys. So let's jump into our top 5 headlines for the day. The UN Security Council has condemned yesterday's terror attack in Tunisia that left 19 people dead. The gunmen were also killed later by security forces. Officials say this is the deadliest assault on civilians in North African country in 13 years. The attackers wore military-style clothing and began gunning down tourists climbing out of buses at the National Bardo Museum. The gunmen then ran inside and took hostages before being taken out by security forces. The victims were from various countries, including Japan, Italy, Australia, Poland, and France. Officials say they are still looking for 2 to 3 more accomplices. Also overseas, the Pentagon has confirmed that a U.S. drone has killed a top al-Shabaab leader. The leader, Adan Garar, was believed to be the mastermind behind the Westgate Mall attack in Kenya back in 2013 that killed 67 people. The Pentagon says he was taken out in a drone strike in Somalia last week. In other news, the U.S. State Department says they are working with Japanese authorities to ensure the safety of all U.S. personnel in their country. This also comes after media reports of death threats against U.S. Ambassador Caroline Kennedy and another American diplomat. Officials say the U.S. Embassy in Tokyo received the threats by phone last month, with several of the calls made by an English-speaking man. The news emerged as the First Lady Michelle Obama arrived in Japan for a scheduled 3-day visit to support girls' education. Moving back home, authorities have arrested a man in connection with the deadly shooting spree in Phoenix suburban area. Yesterday, cops have identified the suspect as 41-year-old Ryan Garreau. He is an ex-con and has white supremacist tattoos, including skinhead over his eyebrows. He has been in and out of prison for the last 20 years and was last locked up in 2014, for a probation violation. One person was killed and 5 others were wounded in the rampage that included a motel shooting, a carjacking, and a home invasion. It ended with Garreau arrested at a nearby apartment in suburban Phoenix. And last in our top 5 headlines, Starbucks CEO Howard Schultz is defending his recent campaign to start conversations about race in his coffee shops. Schultz says he is not surprised by the backlash to the campaign, saying that race is a deeply dividing issue. He added that the campaign will continue and he believes it is the right thing to do. He also says the conversation has to happen, and if he can reach that through his Starbucks company, then he will continue to do that. Reggie, there's been a lot of buzz about this on social media, so what do you have for us?
Well, I got a lot going on social media-wise. We know that they wanted to push forward with hashtag Race Together, so there's a lot of tweets that has a response for that hashtag. Now, it's not really in a positive note, so let's look at it. Let's look at our first tweet, and our first tweet says, "The Race Together conversation needs to have is about homeless people sitting hungry outside while people buy $5 lattes." And Black Republican says, as I fix my IFB, it's going on crazy right now. Black Republican reacted like this: "Wow, just walked into my local Starbucks and there are folks having a great conversation about race relations. Said no one ever." You know what? That's true, because there's nothing worse than trying to get your $5 latte and talking about what it is to be, the struggle is for a black man in this in America. So it's kind of tough to get that when you're trying to get your morning coffee. Let's look into Sean A. Sean A. said, I get Race Together intent, but impractical to expect people to keep waiting in line as Starbucks heals humanity with coffee." If you have any tweets and how you feel about this hashtag, tell us what you think about it on our Facebook page. Back to you guys.
What do you think about all of this?
I mean, I think it's, me personally, like Reggie said, I think it's a little too much when you're out there, you're just trying to get your coffee. You haven't had your coffee yet today. You're all bug-eyed. You don't want to talk to anybody in general to begin with, let alone have such a serious discussion about race. I think it's just a little too much. But yeah, I think this whole this racist coffee conversation is stirring up a whole lot, including, you know, everyone's talking about it. We're talking about it here. They actually talked about it recently on MSNBC with news anchor Nancy Giles and YouTube personality Jay Smooth. After showing a clip of Jay acting more hip-hop, Nancy forgot that black people are actually a variety of color.
It's another interesting, funny thing about race. Like, there would be some people that feel that you co-opted something like that, and other people might feel like, well, that's his background, and that's really cool too.
Yeah, why
These
are
are
you co-opting,
conversations.
Jay?
Like, yeah, if somebody takes my wallet, I mean, it's really interesting since
It's
you weren't
also
talking that way
interesting
to me.
because I'm actually black, but you assumed otherwise. And this is the sort of awkwardness we can look forward to in Star Wars.
Absolutely.
I think
Barista counters
No, but
coming to you.
But on top of all of that, I am clearly brown skinned, and people are always
Right.
saying to me, you talk white, you act white, you want to be white, you white. And you know,
Right.
these are the kind of things that I think.
But the question is, could you have that conversation or about anything around the sort of multi-layers with the person handing you the espresso? I mean, that to me is also
I mean,
the
I
thing, like,
think that's so unfair.
All right, wow. Yeah, you can see here, they're talking about it all over the place here.
Well, Reggie, what do you have going on for weather with us today?
All right, we got a lot going on for weather. As you could tell, let's look at our national weather this weekend. You see, as you can tell, in Northwest, there's a lot of showers going on. In the Southeast, it's also getting hit by rain. But you see in the Midwest, it is dry, so you don't have to worry. So let's look at our more specified on what's going on around the nation. As you look at California, you got San Francisco and Fresno's. It's going to get a warm weather. As we look into Texas, it's dry for now. But as you see the pressure coming down, showers will come down, so please get your umbrella ready. And let's go ahead and look at our worst weather. Our worst weather comes out of Spring City, Tennessee, and it's high 53, low 49. Laura?